and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And now, it's time!
And welcome everyone to the Circle Debate, EYR, and Championship on the Line podcast, the best MMA podcast here in Los Angeles.
In the world.
The world, Craig. Oh, okay. The world. All right. You said it. I gotta do it.
The world, Craig. Shit, not just the city, the world.
That's right.
Yeah.
The world, ladies.
The world, Craig.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is the moderator here. That is what I've been seeing, and I am here, of course, with the Familia, the greatest faction of all time here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go ahead and introduce, of course, the Mothers of Pain that brings the pain to you. They're back. They're finally back here with us. It's been a while, especially the one wearing the Mazapan shirt right there. Yes, Chicano all day right there. Richard and Alex Mares from Championship on the Line podcast. I mean, Richard, one-time champ. Okay, let me get that correct.
One time.
Hey man, even Max Sarah had the belt.
And of course, I have the rage that brings that rage in that cage, that pain, because that's why he is the founder. He is the godfather. He is the phenomenal one. No pun intended. He just calls the phenomenal one, the incredible one, Coach Rage, ladies and gentlemen. EYR. Make sure. That's right. And of course, let me go ahead and pass it down to the host with the most, bringing it down to coast, directing him everywhere. That's why he has the director for that reason. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Chris Kennedy. You're a host of this evening. Take it away.
And reigning, defending Tapology champion. I might as well be a female baseball player in the 30s because I'm in a league of their own.
The reigning, defending, undisputed Tapology world champion. I acknowledge you. Here you go. There you go.
Appreciate it. Yeah, bow down. I appreciate that, man. And I appreciate this card. UFC 277 is one of those cards where if you look into any UFC Facebook comment post, it's going to be like, why would you pay for this? This is bullshit. Who are these people? You're going to have to delete that Paulo Costa fight because I don't see that on the cards.
Yeah.
That got canceled.
Again for the third time.
Yeah, Luke Rockhold's jaw couldn't make weigh-ins.
Oh.
Hey, if I can make Coach laugh, my job.
Wow.
But I am absolutely excited for every fight on this card, as always. But this main card, I mean, is it pay-per-view level? It's got 2 title fights, and it's got a lot of bangers on it. So I feel like a lot of people will get their money's worth, and a lot of casuals will just not pay for it. And I don't think the UFC is going to be hurting if they don't. So I am excited to talk about this 5 fight main card. And let's start with Alex. Ivan, are you going to pull the graphics up?
Yes, sir.
You got to do your job, Alex. Ivan.
Yes, sir.
I'm Alex.
And Alex.
Yes.
Can I just point out, Richard, do you have the same last name as Alex? I can't tell because it says one chat. Okay.
Oh,
So we are descended from the same God. I think this is important. So the root of their last name is Mars, the god of war. And I'm a big advocate of keeping Mars in martial arts.
Nice.
Very clever. All right, so the first fight of the night, we've got Magomed Ankalaev versus Anthony Smith. You got, just pretend the timer's up. I don't want to go digging for it. 1 minute.
We're going to do this overall or just like one at a time?
We can do one. We do the usual, the new version is like we each do one of the same fight, right? Like we all talk about. Yeah. That's cool. I like that.
cool. Yeah, I like this fight. I like Anthony Smith. I think he's a very exciting fighter, very tough, very veteran. He's had a lot of fights in the UFC. Also had a lot of wars, taking a lot of damage in a lot of his fights in UFC. And Magomed is a guy that's coming up with, 17. I think his record is 17-1, right? Something like that. I mean,
Picking
he's
one
a
of
crazy
Craig.
winning streak.
He's the reason that Paul Craig is known for finishing people by triangle with 1 second left.
Yeah, and he's coming off a win over Thiago Santos, I believe, by decision. Yeah, Magomed is every time he fights, he's looking so good and always looking better. He gets better by every fight, and I think it's going to be a good test for him. But I think he beats Smith. I'm going to say Magomed by decision on this one.
Cool. What round? No, I'm just kidding. Richard, same fight. Ankalaev Smith.
Right. I like this fight. When I was looking up Magomed, the first thing I saw in his bio, like Greco wrestler, Sambo. Then I saw his name, and I saw the last time he has to be from Dagestan, and he was.
Yeah, he's a master sport at least. I don't know if you, Coach, you may know, but you know when you get like degrees in like judo or black belts, like 10th degree or Dan, do you get that in Master of Sport, or you just get it once and then you're just the best?
Master of Sport is actually a university degree that they
right,
get.
but can you gild it? Can my Master of Sport be a higher rank than someone who's only got it like a year ago?
I don't believe so. I think it's equivalent to having a master's degree.
Okay,
here,
so it's
here
not
in
like a
the
10th
States.
degree black belt. It's not 10th degree versus like a 3rd degree or something.
No, it's like Bachelor of Science, Masters of Sport.
Got it.
Like,
cool. Thank you. For
like a master's degree here in the States.
Right.
From my understanding, which.
But would a doctorate beat that, or does anything beat masters?
Well, yeah, a doctorate would, but I don't know if they if
Doctorate
they
of sports sounds so terrifying. I would never fight that
guy. Yeah, I don't know enough. I can actually. I'm going to look into that for you. How about
All
that?
right.
I'm going to ask some of my Russian friends.
I'm sure you know somebody that would have it if they did. So.
Yeah.
All right, Richard. Sorry about that. I just had to-
Oh, no worries. You're cool. Like I said, like you mentioned, he lost to Paul Craig in his debut, and after that, he went on a tear. I think winning 8 fights, and he's kind of over the place. I think 9 wins in his career by KO, 8 by sub, and in the UFC, I think half of those wins are by like decision, by knockout. So I mean, he's pretty well rounded. I mean, he can win any way, which he has. And I like Smith too because of like how much experience he's had. I mean, he's so active. Even when you count him out, I mean, he fights at least 2 to 3 times a year. Even when he got beat down and bullied by Glover Teixeira, which was, I think I mentioned this.
Lost a tooth.
Yeah, he lost a tooth and he lost his heart and soul and everything. I mean, it was hard to watch. And he had a lot of heart because he kept on going, but it was hard to watch. And like I told you guys before, I mean, it's hard to see a man getting beat up like that.
Do you guys remember who the ref was? Was that Jason Herzog? Put the teeth in his pocket.
I think it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Picked up the teeth, put them in his pocket.
Just keep on going. He just lost an eye, sir. Pick up his eye. Like, it's ridiculous.
That was Jason Herzog. Killed it.
Yeah.
Definitely. That was Herzy.
Oh.
By the way, Jason Herzog is a fucking badass too.
I like him.
No, like I'll tell a story later after,
Nice.
but right now I'm using Richard's time, and that's not.
Oh no, you're good. I want to hear that for sure.
Okay.
But like I said, he's in a win streak right now, 3 fights. If he wants to go back in that title picture, which I think is very close, 3-fight win streak, beating Magomed really gets him in that picture. But man, I'm gonna go with my heart with this one. I'm gonna say Smith. I'm gonna say Smith by decision. I think he
Okay.
gets a decision.
So put some actual money down on that because that is the underdog right there by plus 380.
Yeah, those odds are whack.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Ivan, you're up, buddy. Same fight.
Alex Richards made a lot of valid points overall for these both fighters. Smith hasn't really fought since September, so it's been quite some time. Magomed has been on a hot streak. With the last fight he had was a performance of the night. But I think, yeah. So it's a tough one. I mean, these are both well-rounded fighters, but I am really a fan of Smith. So I will definitely have to go to my heart of this one. That will have to be Smith. I think Smith could win this one by, I would say by third round submission.
All right.
Oh, wow. All right. Nice.
What kind of submission?
Well, yeah. What do you think it'll be?
Rear naked choke.
Rear naked choke. Wow.
which is the highest percentage.
Yeah,
So just,
Smith is that's pretty much the Lionheart. That's pretty much just what he does. I mean this.
but as far as base rates in MMA, rear naked choke is the most common submission.
Yes.
Yeah, and 90% of those are BJ Penn. It's just numbers, MMA math. I like Smith enough. It's one of those like, does he have a foot out the door with how good he is at the commentary? But his 3-fight winning streak is solid. Those are good wins against good opponents. When he wins, it is in spectacular fashion. But when he does lose, it's not for a lack of heart or mind. It's his body not responding to what those two things want him to do. But he is always in there trying to fight. He just can't get the machine to move with the computer. I love Ankalaev because I love anyone that can just put out Ian Cutelaba and he's finished him twice. I love him for that reason. I just do. And that one loss, I mean, it was a long time ago. It was to a guy who was getting his ass beat for literally 14 minutes, 59 seconds. Paul Craig still won that fight. But it's been a terror ever since with half finishes. Most of them, all the finishes were like by kicks and punches. I mean, the kick led to the punches or decisions. I don't see Ankalaev not finishing Smith in. I'm going to say I want to say first, but I'm going to be safe and say second. I think it's going to be a TKO by violence in the second for Ankalaev on that one.
Okay.
I think that's what people are mostly going to be predicting, and I can see that happening more than I can Smith pulling out an upset.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask, what are the ages of these two?
Anthony Smith is 34 and Ankalaev is 30, so roughly the same era. Obviously, the damage in the miles go to Smith.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys know this. The reach advantage statistically only makes a difference in MMA in the heavyweight division.
Is that because the math of the fighter with the longest reach in that division calculates to the highest win percentage?
No, that's because when they actually break down the data, the person with the reach advantage winning and losing is statistically insignificant, except for the heavyweight division. So in boxing, in boxing, the reach advantage is statistically significant. But in MMA, because you got clinch knees, elbows, throws, takedowns, the reach advantage is nullified. So just thought I'd put that out there. The one thing that is pretty consistent is the younger fighter wins over 65% of the time.
In the heavyweight division or in all divisions?
In MMA, unilaterally.
Got it. It also used to be the guy with the most tattoos would lose statistically. That was back in the UFC like 40 to 80s. I was keeping track of that for a while.
Wow,
So
that I did not know.
If a guy looked like me, I would just be losing all the time.
Well, on many different scorecards, but
yeah.
So yeah, I'm going with Ankalaev, Magomed Ankalaev. I'm trying to learn that name because it's going to be around for a while. Anthony Smith, good fighter, great veteran, but he's on his decline. Ankalaev is on.
3-fight win streak.
Yeah, his best days are behind him. After it's so rare and uncommon to have a resurgence after you've peaked. And he's good. He's just not an outlier. He's not that phenomenal thing that becomes a champion.
The top.
Yeah, right. And I do, he's old for MMA, but then when you consider fight years and mileage, and then he's really, really old.
And considering he had like 30 fights before he even got to the UFC.
Yeah, Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
literally 28 fights. I'm looking at it right now. It's fucking wild.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
that's like Travis Bolton level numbers.
yeah. Just unbelievable number of fights, and as everyone's already mentioned, several wars and several brutal beatdowns. And see, the thing is, as you get older, the first thing to go is your reflexes and speed. And then after you get your head smashed and beat and your teeth knocked out,
Literally.
literally, right? It's your brain, and your brain does not recover. So even though he has a ton of skill and experience, you're just not gonna you the amount of skill that you need to overcome youth and athleticism and reflexes and it's just super uncommon. So yeah, I'm going with Magomed Ankalaev. Same as Chris. I'm going to say middle of round 2, TKO.
Yeah, I think dead center round 2 in the middle of the ring, inside the black line. That's how I see it.
And yeah, like the kicks. Yeah, he's good with those kicks and right into the punching combination. So I don't know. I feel like talking. I'm sorry, guys.
No worries.
It is most fighters that in kickboxing or MMA tend to either punch or kick. They can punch and they can kick, but they'll usually punch and then kick, or kick and then punch. But it's not the same as actually doing a combination of strikes where you start the combination with a kick and then go into punches. There are some of the more high level that start the combination with punches and end with a kick, but it's extremely uncommon to see starting with kicks, starting with punches, kicks in the middle, ending with punches. That's a very unusual skill, and I've seen Ankalaev do that. So I don't know if I'd call him elite, but he's very good.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, Ivan, pull up the next fight. Back to Alex. Alex Pantoja versus Alex Perez. Alex, take it away, Alex.
Oh, she's realized that right now. Alex,
As I said it,
hey,
I'm
Alex.
like, oh, shit.
This fight's good. I like Perez. And I like Pantoja. I mean, I believe Perez has had a layoff. I think he hasn't fought since the Figueiredo fight, right?
Yeah, it's been almost 2 years, about a year and a half.
Yeah, so he's had a long layoff. I mean, and then it's crazy. His first fight back, I mean, he's facing Pantoja, which Pantoja is very tough, very mean, and he comes to fight and is very aggressive. And when he finds an opening, he gets usually the finish. I like Pantoja. I think he stops Perez. I'm gonna go with Pantoja second round TKO for him. I think he gets it done. I think he finishes him, and I don't know. I like Pantoja. Hopefully, it's like every time he has a winning streak, he's almost there for a title shot, and then he loses. So hopefully, I think with this win, I think it'll get him closer to a title shot. So yeah, Pantoja second round TKO.
Got it. Richard, same fight.
Yeah, looking at this, I always like to, look at statistics and then watch some of the fights back or the highlights of it. They're very identical. I mean, both guys made their debut in 2017. We know Perez, I think, fought in the Contender Series. And then, he has 2 losses in the UFC, 7-2 in the UFC, and he lost, to some tough guys. Obviously, Davison, we know where he's been in his career right now. He lost to Joseph Benavidez. So he's not losing to any, couch potatoes for sure. But 2 years off, we're going to see how that's going to be effective. That ring rust might, be tough, but I don't think I'm going to see it too much in Perez. Perez comes to fight. He's a tough guy. 24-6. Even Pantoja, he's 24-5. So really identical when you look at the records, even their KO, rating. But
Wow.
I want to say Perez, but right now Pantoja's looking good. 2-fight winning streak. I think I'm going to go Pantoja by, let's say decision.
Got it.
Yeah.
Ivan, Battle of the Alexes. Alex
The
supremacy. Alex supremacy.
Shout out, by the way, to the chosen one for tuning in, man. Thank you so much, Ryan. That's right. Appreciate your balls. My boss is here tuning in with us.
Nice.
Man, yeah, I mean, I haven't seen, Perez in a while. It's been since the last fight. And, Pantoja has been, on a hot streak as of late.
Let me interrupt. Nobody's allowed to say their names except Ivan, because he says them perfectly.
Like proper.
Man, continue.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach. Thank you. I mean, Pantoja's very, he's very, very well rounded. I'm really skeptical for Perez. I haven't seen him, so it's been quite some time. So I wonder how he's going to be in the octagon. So I'm still going to go with Pantoja, and I think I'm going to get him. I get him a third round TKO.
Cool. These guys are. I mean, those odds might as well say like 0-0. That's how even they are. Their records are 24-5 and 24-6. The only difference is that layoff, which is only almost 2 years, and it was a loss to the current champ, which is no shame in that, for Perez, versus a 2-fight win streak for Pantoja, who, I mean, for him it's almost been a year as well. He hasn't fought since last August, so I don't know if there's enough attributes that sway in favor of either one for me to have a for sure this is how that's going to happen fight. I don't know, man. Like, Perez's finishing rate is a little lower than Pantoja's. So I'm going to probably pick Pantoja by decision just to play it safe. I really don't think there's a lot going on that's going to sway the odds while this fight is happening. I'm going to go Pantoja by decision just to play it safe.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So me personally, I don't care about this fight at all.
Oh, just for that, Coach, I have to play for you this. I have to play you this. Please, let me play this for you.
Nobody cares. Nobody.
Cool. Yeah. So I'll.
If it matters, Pantoja is ranked number 4, and I don't even see Perez is not ranked at all. But that's just because he's coming off that layoff. So
I see number 6 up there, but.
Oh yeah, you're right. Hey, I can't read. Thanks.
So it's 4 and 6. That's okay. So I agree with. I totally agree with Chris. The odds should be -110, -110. I'm going to go with Perez decision, split decision, just for shits and giggles. Because
I can absolutely see that happening. I can see Perez coming out like this hungry because it's been so long. I'm still not changing my pick, but you're probably right. Cool. Right. Easy peasy. Next fight, Ivan.
There you go.
Oh, man. The Black Beast versus second coming of Fedor, Sergey Pavlovich. Alex, talk about this fight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we've seen what Derek Lewis can do. Obviously, got that one punch knockout. Could be any round, any second. He can one punch can end it. Same with Sergey. Sergey's good. He's a good well-rounded fighter. He's a good ground game, good stand-up. But I'm gonna go with. I think Derek Lewis gets it done. I think I'm gonna go with him, and I think he knocks him out. I want to say I'm gonna go second round knockout with Derek Lewis.
Cool. These odds are fucking wild. Why are they so?
Yeah.
I mean, is it because Derek Lewis is so not doing great that his great odds have balanced out the new guy's great odds? That's so weird.
It's probably just that bunch of Russians are betting on the other guy. Yeah, I mean, no, seriously. Like, look at
that's how it works. That's
number 5 ranked and number 11 ranked. So these aren't the odds makers making these odds. These are like
it's the betting line.
The betting line, yeah.
Yeah, but all that could change tomorrow with the weigh-in. Friday the weigh-in could change. All that could change. Friday the weigh-in. Yeah, all that could change by Friday.
It absolutely can. Richard.
The coach is right. It's the Russians and Daniel Cormier betting on all the Russians. at this point. No, but for sure, I mean, Sergey, I mean, on his own right, too. I mean, if you look, 12 out of his 15 wins are by knockout. So, I mean, he has heavy hands as well. It's just what I'm worried is maybe it's a little bit of experience. I mean, his only loss was to Alistar, was in 2018, and both guys are in different paths of their career. I mean, Sergey getting, 3 wins in a row. He had a 2-year layoff at one point at 2020 and then 2021.
Yeah, he didn't fight for a full 2 years, and I don't know if that was that's like prime COVID reasons. He might have been locked in Russia, which if you look at where he fought before that happened, he was in St. Petersburg. So I'm going to assume that that's what it was.
Yeah, most likely. I mean, I don't think it played too much of a factor.
I see a lot of travel issues. So I'm assuming that he just couldn't get out of the country.
Okay. Well, look, like I said, I don't think it played too much. I mean, March he got a win, knockout in the first round. So, I mean, this is big. If he gets a win over Derek Lewis, like I said, and especially in the heavyweight division, I mean, his name will be in the title picture, especially be defeating someone like Derek. I don't know. This is a tough one. I can see Derek knocking him out, but I'm gonna go with the new heavyweight, and I'm gonna go Sergey, the future of the heavyweight division. I like Ray said, once you hit that peak, it's kind of hard to come back. And Derek Lewis already had his shot twice for the championship, and didn't go his way. And he's winning here and there. I mean, he's defeated Dawkins, which is okay. Blaze did that pretty quick.
That was a weird.
But, right, and now he's facing this guy, this Russian monster. So I'm gonna go Sergey.
Cool.
And second round KO. I'm gonna say.
Ivan, heavyweight bout of the night.
I have to agree with Richard what he said. I mean, we said we need a new face, we need something fresh in the division. Out with the old and with the new. And Sergey is looking incredible, especially the way how he looked in the last fight. But yeah, this is a toss-up because both heavy hitters. But Father Time is coming to Lewis. He hasn't been looking great as of late. So I'm gonna have to go with Sergey on this one, and I'm gonna have to go with the same second round TKO. I think I see it happening second round too. I believe that.
Cool. All right. Sergey reminds me of all of the best Russian fighters from Pride from back in the day. The Sergey Karatanovs, the Fedors, if you will. The dude is 30 years old, and he's built like a Russian superhero. It is insane. He's young. He's definitely got the hands to do it. Most of his fights are by finishes, and Derek mostly loses by finish, by getting KO'd. And I think a lot of that is in Derek's head. I think he's got, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, he's got a little Bob Sapp in him. He's got a little, he got hit, and he kind of just a little.
Just a little.
I think Sergey gets it done in one. I think this is going to set up Sergey versus Tai Tuivasa. I think that is going to set up the winner for a title fight.
Oh.
You got knocked the fuck out.
And I think it's early round one. I think it's within 2 minutes and 50 seconds of round one for Sergey.
Wow.
There is the factor where if Derek goes to the third, if he can get his body to get him to the third round, he could pull that Hail Mary out like he's done before against other Russians. He just hasn't pulled those Hail Marys out in a while. So I think Sergey's too smart to let it last longer than it needs to, especially knowing that Derek just needs half of a shot to take anybody out.
Wow. So nice jab on my friend there.
Oh, you like Fedor too?
No, I'm friends with Volkov.
You and that one guy, Alex?
I'm friends with Alex Volkov. So
I wasn't talking shit on Volkov. I'm just saying that fight never should have ended that way.
And everyone that knows Volkov and Volkov himself all say that as well. So, but it's still a sore spot.
Yeah.
So here's the sad truth. The once great fighters become gatekeepers. And Derek Lewis is now the gatekeeper to the top 5 ranking. And then he will slide down to the top 10 ranking and then he will slide down unless he stops, right? But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. The way Derek is wired, he just likes to fight, and he's making good money. So that's what I see happening. So here's the question: is Sergey good enough to be in the top 5? I don't know the answer to that. This is what we're going to find out. So what Chris said actually kind of swayed my opinion, but we're going to pretend that I didn't hear what Chris said, and I'm going to say Lewis gets that Hail Mary middle of round 3.
Okay. Okay. All right.
All right. So now we're on to our first title fight of the night, an interim title between Brandon Moreno, the Assassin Baby, and Kai Kara France out of City Kickboxing, I believe. Or Tiger Muay Thai, actually. No, yeah, City Kickboxing and Tiger Muay Thai. God damn, that dude's got a fucking solid coaching behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's talk about
Tiger Muay Thai is code for PEDs, by the way. So.
They don't test in Thailand, or
what you can get over the counter and behind the counter and under the table in Thailand. It's. But I actually don't think Cara France. I don't think he's on anything.
Yeah, and it's been he hasn't trained there in 6 years. So I mean, let's say that is not
also he'd be way bigger. He wouldn't be able to make 125.
Yeah. Cool.
Sorry.
You're all good, man.
I just don't have a filter tonight. I'm just like blah, 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 blah.
With the odds pretty close to even, only in the favor of Moreno for being a champ. How do you see this fight going down?
Man, it's a close fight. I mean, I like Moreno. I like Cara France. I think honestly, when it comes to stand up, I prefer France. I like the way he puts his punches and kicks together. I think he does it way better than Moreno does. He has a lot more powerful shots than he does with Moreno. I think if the early the fight, I think France could catch him. But if it does go the distance, 5 rounds, I think Moreno takes it. I like Moreno too, and especially Moreno's been a champion. He's had experience. He's been in 5-round fights, and I believe this is France's first 5-round fight, right? I think this is the only time he's.
I don't see anything that is correct. Yeah, he hasn't had a 5-round fight in his entire career, in even in exhibit. Yeah, literally ever.
Yeah.
In 30, 35 fights, something like that.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see how he does this first 5-round fight. See if Carter can make it to 5. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Damn it.
Tough one. It's really a tough one. It is.
It's Shall we come back to you? Are you ready to order yet, sir?
Yeah.
To decide?
I'm gonna go 2nd round knockout.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Cara France.
Yes.
Whoa.
I'm gonna go Cara France. I think he gets.
In other words, it doesn't matter that it's a 5-round fight.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm gonna go with him. I think he lands that powerful shot. I think he puts him out. And yeah, I think he puts him out and knocks him out, and there you go. New interim champ.
Cool. Richard.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say, I mean, Cara France is looking good. I mean, I was watching that fight earlier today of Cody Garbrandt, where he's just putting him, piecing him up, and his corner is like, it's coming to you. Like, it's coming. Hold on. And then Garbrandt's waving him in.
He listened. What I love is he listened to that. He didn't take his foot all the way off the gas, but he took it off just enough to pick the shots and not let Cody recover, which I fucking love.
Yeah.
Me too. But I saw like, whoa, like he's listening. I mean, that makes it even more dangerous. He's listening. He's seeing stuff maybe he can't see. I mean, when a fighter listens, I mean, that's a giant step, you know. I know Coach Ray probably knows for sure that position. So open ears and listening to his corner, and he got the job done beating Garbrandt. Then in March, he defeated That's a hard name. Askar, but
Anchor?
Askarov.
Yeah.
There you go. So 3 wins in a row. I think he's learning. I mean, he lost to Brandon Royval, he lost to Moreno before, but every time he fights, he's just looking better and better and more impressive. I want to say France will get the decision. I just like Moreno, but I don't know. It's like every time we doubt Moreno, he always comes back and he always surprises us, and that's why we love him. We see his fights; he always puts it all in there. But Kai Fritz is looking good right now, and I could see him going to Brandon Moreno like a hot knife to butter right now. And
No shit.
I could see that, and I could see Moreno, going deep in that water and knocking him out. It's hard. I think most of us could probably just flip a coin and see how it goes. But I'm gonna say Kai France by decision.
Got it. Ivan.
This is the toughest one for me, man, because I will get heated. I will get so much heat, and we already know why. Porque hey, Latino heat, baby, right here.
It hurts. I know.
I know.
Mi raza. Ya no, porque Moreno's mexicano, ya sé.
I know.
Pero, joder, su puta madre, man. This is tough, man.
Te entiendo, mi corazón. Me duele.
Sí, a veces me duele el corazón, but I can't go with my heart. I gotta go with my mind. It's like Jesus. Because what Alison Richard said, especially, you're right on point about Karkar, and especially that Garbrandt fight. Man, he very well rounded. He strategized very clean. Moreno's last fight did not, against
Actually,
obviously.
thought he won the last fight. I think Moreno should have.
I don't
beat Figueiredo.
Mm.
It was close.
It was close,
fight.
but there was I forgot what round, but he got dominated that round by Figueiredo. So it just I don't. Shit, man, this is a tough one. It is. I'm gonna get shitted on right here because then it's either go with Karkar or con Viva la Raza. I'm gonna get heated on right now. So fuck it.
I'm sorry, sir. Do we need to come back to you? Are you ready to order?
Yeah, ready to order. Okay, let me get dos tacos de lengua.
There's a line, sir.
Hey, Chris, it was a great night not to have the timer. Great idea.
Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, I'm ready.
All right. Right over fucking. All right. Oh, shit.
Where's the going yet?
Oh, my God.
Going?
So
I'm
you're
going
holding up the line.
Moreno by decision. Moreno by decision.
Oh.
And new still again, or whatever the fuck they want to call it. All right. So, based on the last performance Moreno had against Figueiredo, I don't know if their second fight where Moreno finished him was how good Moreno was or how bad a night Davison was having.
Yep.
Because that fight was too close to reflect how good Moreno was in that fight. So I don't know the math on that anymore. The Moreno that showed up in that second fight should have showed up in the third. I don't know if that's just how good Davison actually is. But one thing I know is Moreno is a fantastic athlete who can fight. Where Kai Kara France, in my opinion, is a fucking fighter who finishes and comes to kill you. And I think that's what he's going to do. I think he's going to get a TKO in the second round, because if it does go outside of that, I do think Moreno has that championship experience. He's gone 5 rounds almost in all of his last 3 or 4 fights. So as long as Kai gets it done in 2, he's got it in the bag. Obviously, if he wins, he wins. But if he can't get it outside of 2, Moreno's going to get the decision. So I'm picking Kai by this TKO round 2. Plus, anyone who knocks out Cody's got my vote. Again, that's the thing.
Yeah. So because of what Chris just said about was it that Brandon was that good or that Figgy was that bad? I've always been opposed to weight cutting. I'm pretty well educated, know the science, some of the science behind it. It's a bad idea. The actual weight does not give you an advantage because it's non-contractile weight. It's just water and sometimes glucose. I've been researching it a little bit more, and there's even more data on it. And there's specific data now, specific research in combat sport. And it's even worse than what I understood before. So weight cutting is pretty fucking stupid. if you are dehydrating yourself more than 3% of your body mass, the effects are long-term and accumulative. So Figgy making those big weight cuts and then not performing so well, I don't think we're going to see him in title contention after he loses his next the real fight, the title fight for the belt. In this fight here, Kai Kara France is going to KTFO Moreno round 2. And then Kai Kara France is going to stay there. He's going to beat Figgy if that's what's next. But he's the new champion, and he's going to be staying for a while.
To this day.
And weight cutting is fucking stupid. So
there you go. All right.
Cool. On to our main event of the night, I believe, right? That's where we're at? Hell
yes.
Yeah. The rematch everybody's been almost waiting for. Alex, talk about this rematch between two of my favorite fighters of all time for very different reasons. Pena versus Nunes.
Yeah, I mean, we know what happened on the first fight. Pena.
Do we?
Really? Did we?
I mean, Pena delivered the biggest upset of fight all time. I mean, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna go like that in the second time. I think Nunes, made corrections. I think this time, I think the first fight, I think she just came a little bit, underestimated Pena, and I think the second time, she learned a mistake, and I think she's gonna get it done. I think she'll beat Pena. I want to say, I'm gonna go third round. Go third round TKO and new champ. I'm gonna go with Nunes. I think she gets it done this time.
Richard.
I think everyone thinks that right now that Nunes is gonna come and clean up her mistakes and try to get her championship back. Pena, she did what she had to do in her last fight. Getting the submission, she looked good. It's tough. I'm gonna go with Pena again. I think she takes it. I think she submits Nunes again. I'm gonna go with this time in the third round. I don't know. I have a feeling again. I think Pena might have her number. I think she's gonna do it again, defeat Nunes. I mean, Nunes' best shot is really trying to go for that knockout. And if she couldn't do it the first time, I don't think she can do it on the second time. I just don't see it. I think Pena has a good chin, and she's gonna come forward and try to implement the same game plan like she did the first time and see if that blueprint works again. And I don't know if Nunes is going to stop those takedowns or really try to pin up. I think Nunes is going to go head hunting and try to knock her out early. And maybe Pena doesn't expect that, try to take her down, wrestle her, and go that route into success. So I think Pena's going to win again. Yeah.
I'm rethinking my whole life now. Thank you. Continue.
We live, baby. Yes, Kofi. I mean, just the first fight, Nunes was not mentally ready. She was more focused on family. She was more focused, being a mother. Pena got lucky. I really have to say she got lucky. But at the same time,
I'm sorry. How do you get lucky with a submission? You don't trip and fall into a rear naked choke.
No, but hold on.
You get lucky. That's not lucky.
You got lucky that she was a better fighter that night?
No. Yes, because like I said, Nunes, she was not prepared for this fight because she really mentally wasn't.
That's not Pena's fault though.
I'm not blaming.
But she's
Pena.
lucky that Amanda showed up and Amanda didn't.
I've never heard that. God damn it, coach.
But I'm not blaming Pena. I'm blaming Nunes for it because it's like if she did it on purpose. So that's why I feel like I'm hoping that this fight she redeems herself. So that's why I'm going with Nunes for this reason because this is for her mentally. This should have been in for her. Like, what were you doing? What were you thinking? Obviously, because like what I mentioned earlier. So this fight, she has to redeem herself, and I really see her knocking her out second round TKO. That's what I see Nunez
I
doing
get
today.
that, but like you can't say she got lucky though. I don't think it was lucky.
I get it. I'm going based upon because Nunez was not mentally there. That's
but
what I'm going.
doesn't mean it's not. She's not.
Okay,
lucky.
but she will. Come on. We know Nunez credentials.
What are you gonna say?
all
Like,
right?
Julia Pena, former champion, she won that belt because she got lucky. It's like.
Why you want to debate me on that? I mean, I'm just giving you my opinion why I stated that. I just told you why. I just stated that the reason because of that. So, like I said, if Nunez loses again this time, then she should go home, be a mother. And I mean that with the most respect. I mean,
you're saying retirement then? If she loses, retirement?
There's nothing else to prove. What is there left to prove in that division?
She's
got
the other division to defend, though.
Yeah,
Coach, you have the rankings pulled up. Who's number 2 in that division?
I don't have the rankings pulled up.
I do. Okay. Hold on, I'll put it up right now.
Who are the top 5 in the women's featherweight according to UFC rankings right now?
Nobody's there. Nobody's there. Nobody.
They're all gone.
They're all gone. There's nothing left. There's nothing.
Megan Anderson quit. Cyborg's out. Yeah. I don't know where the fuck Felicia Spencer is. I don't know why Jermaine Durandamy's not in there.
Did Spencer retire?
Is Felicia Spencer still even in the UFC?
I think she retired, right?
Felicia Spencer retired already? She had like 3 fights.
I feel like she did.
I mean, if Megaton's daughter could put a little more junk in the trunk, she might make 145.
I mean,
that's a joke. I like the joke. It's a good one. Thank you for getting it. She retired. Felicia Spencer retired off a win. Wow, that had to be an injury or something.
And since we're talking about rankings, take a look at the rankings of women's bantamweight.
Yeah,
it's pretty thin. It's pretty thin.
I mean, you know that homegirl Irina Aldana would win that belt against anyone that's got.
There you go. You got Irina, right? But she's all the way down ranked at 4, and then you got Rocky.
We saw what happened last time she had a title fight.
Yeah. But those are the only so you got. Yeah, like it's not a very.
We can get into this later when it happens, but I think Irina beats the shit out of either one of them. It's just not gonna happen. They're not booking it. I don't know. She would have to get the winner of this. Let her jump the line. But Irina Aldana is sleeper of the. I mean, even though she's ranked 4, she's the sleeper hit of the summer.
Yeah, they're trying to push
Kelvin Vieira a lot.
Yeah. Which is silly, especially after her last performance. But yeah, sorry, I'm taking away from your time there.
No, I'm done. But
so you picking Pena by lucky choke?
I'm picking Nunez. I see her winning second round at least. I'm hoping she does, and if she does, she should retire. Just retire. There's nothing left. There is nothing left, honestly. There isn't. I mean, just you had a hell of a career. What else is there next to do in UFC? Nothing. In my opinion, that's just me.
Move down, go to 35, cut off your left leg, and rematch.
Jesus Christ.
I got such mixed feelings about this fight because if it was Pena and anybody else besides, I guess maybe now that I said it, Aldana, I love Pena. I'm a huge Pena fan. She's the prettiest girl in the fucking world. Who's in the UFC. She's so fucking goddamn. That was my personal opinion. But I do love a world beater like Nunez, and I don't know what really would happen mentally because I feel like she was clocked out of that fight before it started. And it might be the motherhood thing. It might just be she had just really gone on a tear with no time off, and she was just emotionally exhausted, and that led to physical exhaustion, which can happen. Or Pena was just on point, and there's no excuse. All of those things are very possible because Pena is that good, but I don't know if she was good enough to sub Nunez. Jesus Christ. Like, she lost to so many people that are just not as good as Nunez. Man, I want Nunez by KO round 1 just because I like Nunez. I'm gonna say it. Just KO round 1, Nunez.
Okay.
I think there's plenty more for her to do. I think redemption is on the first of the list. I think they definitely are going to retire that 45-pound belt. I think there's no reason to break her back over 2 belts when there's not 2 divisions. And then Nunes gets Aldana, and then Aldana probably wins that fight, and then that's that.
Okay.
Then she can retire.
Then she's want Aldana with the belt, right? This is what you want.
Yeah. That's it. That's my pick. Nunes round 1. KO. That's just, I mean, there's no way lightning doesn't strike twice, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So this is not just a title fight. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but we've had a rift or a fracture in the fabric of reality itself. So when Nunes lost to Pena, it was a rift in the time-space continuum, and we are on the wrong timeline. And the universal consequences of this next fight, if Amanda shows up and sets things right, the world can start course correcting. Gas prices will go down. Inflation can start to stabilize. We don't need to worry so much about the BRICS nations destabilizing the world economy with their gold-backed currency. But should Amanda show up again, all is lost. Now, so with Amanda, from what I understand, she was actually having real problems with American Top Team, with her old gym. She was feeling that teammates were spying on her and coaches were betraying her, and that she just didn't feel safe in that environment. She is now.
I forgot she left.
Now, yeah, she's at Fortis MMA, and that camp is probably going to get. It's in the running, but it's probably going to get nominated for best camp. Yeah, like they do some amazing things there, and what they do amazing is they treat everybody exactly the fucking same. You come in, you do your work, you shut the fuck up, you go home. So I think I am going to take a little hopium. I'm going to vote for the side of all that is good and holy, love and light. Amanda Nunes rectifies the transgression of the past, and I'm just going to copy Chris again. Round 1, KTFO.
Okay, so I completely forgot that she's with Saif Saud, and he is the next every best coach in the world. He is the new Firas Zahabi, the new Pat Miletich, the new. You pick your legendary coach who's got a team behind them. The new Greg Jackson, Coach Rage. Their website doesn't have a detailed list of who is on their roster, but every time you hear someone kicking ass, you hear Saif Saud's voice in the corner behind them.
Yep.
And yeah, that just reinforces what I think is going to happen. I think her mind is right, and obviously her body and skills never need to be questioned. So yeah,
love and light, Chris. Love and light.
Live, laugh, love, fight. Love it.
But if darkness prevails and Pena does win, you think that it's going to be Irene. I think it's going to be Rocky.
Or that bullshit. I mean, there's also the rubber match. You know, Dana likes to make trilogies out of rubbers. So, and I hate rubbers. So,
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. Everyone hates rubbers. Everyone.
I think if Nunes wins, it might go 3. I don't even know Rocky's last win. The fact that I can't think of what it was means it wasn't that memorable.
Nope.
Aspen Ladd, who I love, but is not right now someone you beat for a title fight.
Nope.
Macy Chiaosun is an up-and-comer who got finished by guillotine. Beating Penny Kianzada, former Invicta champion, is pretty good. And beating Marion Renault, who is a world-class fighter in way past her prime, in my opinion. 2 years ago. I guess, yeah. Okay, 4 fights in a row. Not the worst way to go into a title fight. But we look at Irene Aldana, who she fucking beat her. God damn it, Rocky beat Irene. Who's on a 1 fight? All right, yep, okay, whatever. You're right. I mean, I look at records and like Irene's on a 1 fight and Rocky's on a 4 fight.
Yeah,
so
I'm just looking.
No matter who wins, you think it's gonna be Rocky?
Rocky's got the dog that inside that will just grind down Pena. Yeah, I had some comments about Pena, but I don't want to be. She's got some character flaws and some.
She's a vibe. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah. She's not very skilled. She's not very talented, and she is not mentally or emotionally stable. So somebody like Rocky or Irene actually has more skill. Rocky will just grind her down. But I don't think she gets past Amanda. I think Amanda is back on track, back on mission. She's refocused. She's with all the drama was set aside, was fixed. And we really need these fucking gas prices to start going down. So
that's right, we do. Jesus.
The Nunez snap. Cool. Well, that pretty much wraps up a fight card that I'm excited to watch. Is it worth $70 for a lot of people out there? Now the gas prices the way they are, I get that.
That's only 10 gallons.
Really? Yeah. I mean, I got a Prius. I'm good, man. So, I'm everything the world loves about Hollywood. I'm a atheist, vegan, Prius driving, Lyft driver in a band. Let's go.
I was curious about Rage's Herzog story.
Oh yeah, the Jason Herzog. Close it out, buddy.
Jesus, what a good memory. Jason Herzog. Okay, so back in the day, right? I'm fucking old. He kind of is too. MMA was illegal in most of the United States, and he was a fighter. And so,
he was a good fider. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at his reffing history.
Oh, amazing!
He's like 204.
How many weight classes did he compete in?
I know.
So back in the late 90s and early O's, you had the choice of fighting in the States illegally, which is the choice that I made, or going to other countries. So Herzog competed in Brazil, and it was one of these badass fucking tournament style Valley Tudo, real Valley Tudo, and in his second fight, he kicked somebody in the head, broke his fucking leg. Bone sticking out. They come up to him with on the fucking mat, right? They come up with a big old syringe, and he's like, "Get that the fuck away from me! I don't know who you are. I don't know what's in that."
What country was this?
What's that?
You said this was in a different country. He had to go to fight.
Brazil. It was in Brazil. Yeah.
Right.
So he wraps the leg himself, hobbles home, flies home, gets back to the States, goes to the ER, and then of course they have to re-break the leg
to set it
again.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. And the whole flight home, he's drug free. So
that's the story.
Jason Herzog, fucking badass, bro.
That's wild. That's like when Forrest broke his arm in Brazil and they knocked the guy out with it. It was Braga. Is that his name? You know what I'm talking about? The big Brazilian dude, Vander Braga or some shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good fight. Forrest was kind of losing, then he broke his arm, and then he just was like he looked at it and then he threw it and knocked the guy out.
Yep. Rich Franklin did that to Chucky.
But with the other arm.
Yeah.
He didn't hit him with the broken arm. I think.
Oh, he didn't? I thought he.
Yeah.
You sure?
Pretty sure it was the other arm. I could be wrong. That's a heartbreaking fight because I like both those guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was 20 years ago. Forrest did that. Ebenezer Fontes Braga. Wow.
Ebenezer.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
I was Brazilian.
Was he born on Christmas?
He hates Christmas. He's a Brazilian. Cool. Well, that's pretty much all I got, Ivan. And can't wait to defend my championship. I think, yeah, there it is. The Shawn Michaels belt. That's my favorite WWE belt of all time right there. Cool. Ivan, close it out, buddy.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed this prediction show here for UFC 277. It'll be this Saturday. Make sure you tune in. There's going to be incredible fights, especially in the early prelims and the prelims, which is not that bad, of the preliminary fights and the early preliminary fights. So stay tuned for that. And don't forget to also subscribe to our familias. Make sure you subscribe and follow on all the social media platforms. Championship on the Line podcast. Of course, Coach Rage as well. Follow them in the descriptions right below where you can follow our familia here.
New episode next Friday.
The episode next Friday. No, that's this Friday. Why not this Friday, Alex?
Oh no, next Friday. We gotta make it special. Yeah.
Oh, we gotta make it special. What? You want to save it for next week so you can make the announcement?
I can make the announcement right now. That's fine.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we got a boxer who'll be on the podcast, former WBC lightweight champion of the world. We got Omar Figueroa Jr. will be on the pod. He talks about his big fight against Adrian Broner, which will be on August 20th. It's on Showtime, so we're gonna talk about that fight. And yeah, it's a fun episode. That'll be next Friday.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. Ooh, man, that's good shit right there. Oh my God. Hell yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Anything going on in the world of EYR, Coach? They want to let our listeners and viewers, subscribers going around. What's the next?
The next event is Fighters Rep 15, which is September 3rd at the Commerce Casino. I got 2 fighters in there. I've got Michael Sugarbomb Claycomb, and I have Raymond Solo Martinez. And Raymond Martinez is fighting for the light cruiserweight belt in the Fighters Rep Amateur Division. So,
oh yeah. That is
September
right.
3rd.
That's right. September 3rd, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure follow Coach Rage. He'll have all the description there below as well, so you can go to the Commerce Casino and see Coach taking out that rage on the students. Come on, motherfucker, give that win. That's right. Yeah. Well, there you have it once again, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back next week. So we give our, so we break down, the whole fight card 277, giving our thoughts, the recap, and let's see who it will be. Have a still Tapology World Champion. That's right, the director himself, or will there be a new Tapology World Champion? Hashtag anybody but Alex. So remember that. Hashtag that. Don't forget. Hashtag anybody but Alex.
People miss me, man. People miss me being champ, man. Fans, they miss me being champ.
I'd rather see Richard.
I gotta get what the people want.
I'd rather see Richard have 2-time champ or the director state champ than seeing you.
8 times, 7 times. Was it 7, 8?
Yeah.
I stopped counting, honestly, because I won so many.
I mean, he's named after one of the greatest conquerors in the world and the God of War. So, we got to give it to him, bro.
Yeah.
All right, I guess. But no matter what.
God, don't give a big hit.
Okay, no. Remember, everybody, hashtag anybody but Alex. If you're listening to this or watching this, make sure shout out to all our listeners from Brazil. You guys are one of the biggest viewers, listeners here for us in this MMA world of podcasting for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to us and watching. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Cool.